I don't know if anyone noticed, but in that first set of videos, there was just like a white strip in my beard. I didn't get any comments or anything about it yet, but it was paint. I didn't realize it until I sat down to edit. I was like, what is that? There's just paint in my beard. I was painting the garage in preparation for... Well, it's a long story, but I guess paint slung off into my beard, and it was there for... I didn't want to, like, try to scrape it out or rip the hair out, so I just kind of left it, and it went away after about a day or so. I guess it just kind of naturally fell away, but yeah, that's what that was. Okay, so last time, we were having a lot of trouble with money. We ran out because I spent it all on music tracks. I'm fine. Nobody panic. Nobody worry. I found a solution to that by doing a Google and discovering that there are hyenas you can hunt that give you a ton of goblin coins, which can be traded for quite a bit of gil, and then also they give you quite a bit of AP. So what you do is you go to Ravenwit Walls here, across the sea from, I don't know, whatever the main continent's called. Enough time has passed that I don't remember the name of any of these places. Ash and Storm, I believe it is. So you come over here, you go to Ravenwit Walls, and then once you arrive, you can go ahead and hit whatever button it is that summons your chocobo. I forget in between streams. Climb aboard. And then it's pretty much a straight shot here. What you want to do is kind of make your way over to this little hill here. And upon arrival, you will find, I think, 5 hyenas, I believe it is. And you will, on average, get anywhere between 3, as that's the minimum I've ever gotten. I think you can get up to 10 goblin coins. The most I've ever gotten personally is 8. And keep in mind, that's not super frequent. But what you got to know about these guys is that each one has the potential to drop 2 goblin coins. Normally, again, I'd say the average is probably 3 each. But there's 2 right there. And then kind of as we progress... The difficult thing is that behind me, all of my companions are also killing them, so I have to go around and find the little green orbs. There's another one, so that's 3 right there. That is, like I was saying earlier, the average. We're going to head to this one over here, because it looks like it's going to be the next to die, because it's doing battle with Torgal, who's about to, again, wreck it. And you gotta be here to pick up the little green things. If you don't get them, you don't get anything after the battle. But there we go. That's going to be... Okay, you do occasionally get bloody hides, which is unfortunate. And not what anyone wants... really ever, but that's still 3, so that's 4 goblin coins. Each one of those is worth 800. Okay. And then after that we got... Did that one not drop anything? Well, still, there you go. That's about your average run. And then you just open up your map, you go back to the Ravenwit Walls, you reset, and I did this for, I don't know, I want to say maybe 15 minutes the other night, kind of after the stream. And if we go over here to our ingredients, you can see we now have 99 goblin coins. So, what is that? 99 times 800? Does anyone know that off the top of their heads? Let's see. 79,200 gold potential there. So what we could do now is we could just head... I mean, I don't know if there's anyone in the world who would possibly spend more on a goblin coin than, you know, someone else. I think right now we'll just head back to Haven. We're just going to kind of make the assumption, the bold assumption, that they'll pay the most for them. That's my belief, at least. Well, no, I don't believe that at all. I assume that they'll pay the same as literally everyone else in the world. I don't expect us to make any sort of profit off of this. I think it's going to be pretty much the same. Who's yelling?
Does it have to be them that do it?
Oh, they're talking about saving the child. Yeah, no, what is happening to the child? Hi there. I would like to... First off, you are the wrong person. You are the person who's going to buff up my good new stuff when I get it. We need to go talk to this lovely lass and have a word about selling things.
This is all we have.
We're not giving in to the local economy. We're taking out all of their money from it, in fact. Okay, I guess we want to sell them all. I have no reason to hold on to these. How much gil do I have right now? 4,179. Sell. Do I hold to sell one, or is that going to sell... Hold on. I have to... Okay, I can sell all... There we go.
This is all we can pay.
Well, good. We got 83,000 now. So we've taken basically all of their money. That's fantastic. And goblin coins have no other use. There's no other function for them outside of just selling them for gold. So...
What is it you want?
I would like to... Well, hold on, no. Actually, I need to go talk to her again, because she's the one I'm going to buy things from as well, so that we can take them over there and have them reinforced. We're really getting out of order with all of this, aren't we? So we got the Minwu Waistcloth, which is quite a good buff to our stats, better defense, and a little bit more health. It's not that big of a jump. It's not worth spending 15 minutes farming. Actually, it could be. It could be. It depends on who you are and what you're looking for in the game. But yeah, equip that, and then we've also got the armoring, which again,
serve you well.
A slight buff in defense and in heart. And then, do we have anything else that we can buy? We'll buy the Safe Haven Orchestration roll. It's quite expensive, but I can just in between streams, I can go farm more Goblin coins. Anytime I sit down to record, like as soon as I'm done, if I just go and farm another 99 Goblin coins, 15 minutes, we'll be in the money non-stop. So first off, can I upgrade okay, we're talking about crafting things right now. Well, I don't need this. It's objectively worse than what I've got, and that's true of everything here. So what about, can those things that I got not be upgraded? Really? Well, that's a disappointment. I mean, I guess they're already pretty good. We now have best in slot gear, which we didn't during the last stream, so I don't know what impact this will have on us kind of in the greater scale, but we're ready to head out and make for the surge. I'm actually still not entirely sure. I thought maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention when it was explained to us that the child was locked inside of a giant wave. But even during edit and re-listening to the dialogue, I'm not really sure why the child was trapped inside of a giant wave, and I'm not sure why suddenly we need to go rescue it.
Well, just you stay close to the tributary. We don't want you getting lost in the forest.
No, I don't want that either. I wouldn't want to get lost in the forest. Can you get lost in the forest? This is a hard game to get lost in. It's not like the Gongago region in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, where you can get turned around so easily, and it's incredible.
Are we not still leagues from the shore?
Well, I'm assuming this has something to do with the giant wave, Joshua. I don't think they're going to outright explain that to us, but my assumption is that that is the case. And oh boy, if you're wondering about the frame rate here, this is not an instance.
The route to the surge is due east, past the second galley.
Shula, how did these ships come to be here?
What do you imagine happens when an icon of water gets angry?
Really, brother, did you have to ask?
This is not a case of the streaming computer having a little bit of a hiccup here, as has happened before. This seems to be a case of just a lot going on in the game struggling a wee bit, which is fine. It's okay, because the game's eventually going to come out on PC, and we'll be able to run it at the quality it deserves. Has there been Tonberries in this game up until now?
Foul creatures consumed by their hatred for
Why are they so tall?
Everything save sharp knives, it seems.
This is interesting. We've not had Tonberries, I don't think. Unless I'm just not remembering properly. And that's perfectly possible. They look strange. I've only played this in Final Fantasy VII. Well, okay, you know what? I have also played Kingdom Hearts, I suppose. Otherwise, it's this in Final Fantasy VII, and they're just funny little guys in that. These guys, I don't like them. They look like kind of what I imagine like a living lima bean would look like. Is a lima bean a thing, or did I just make that up? I think that's a real thing. Maybe I'm misremembering the name or saying it improperly. Lima bean. Lima bean. Maybe it's just one of those words that the more you... Oh, that's brutal! Oh, it's covered in blood. It has a fishtail? Do Tonberries have tails, traditionally? Like dolphin tails? I have a lot of questions about what a Tonberry is now. I've never noticed them having tails. This is cruel. Good job, boy. I'm very proud of you, though. You did a great job there, destroying that lima bean. Was that what came to life in that episode of Jimmy Neutron where Carl was having a nightmare where he's being chased by a lima bean? Or have I said lima bean so many times and that's why it doesn't seem like a real thing? Wow, I don't know how you survived that. I was expecting that to be like a one-shot kill kind of thing. Thank you so much, brother. Can we level up again? Are we? Is it possible? Is there still like there's like a limit, isn't there? Aren't we at the limit cap, the level cap? I can't do words properly. Give me a second here. Where do we go? Do we go here? It says that we can reach another level. if we get more XP, but I don't know how true that is. I don't know if that's a factual statement. Also, I wasn't joking about killing those hyenas being a good way to rack up ability points, because we now have 4,020, and you might recall previously we spent them all on like upgrading aerial blasts, so that's kind of fun that we've done that. Should we maybe swap around some of our kit? Because I feel like we've had the same stuff for a really long time. What else is there? What do you do? Launch multiple shards of ice that, upon striking smaller enemies, draw them towards Clive, can be used in midair. I'm good. Summon a colossal ice crystal that deals continuous damage to all enemies that become trapped inside of it. I'm good. Unleash a river of icicles that grant... You know what? No, let's move back over here. Let's look at, like, stone abilities. Those can be a good time. What do you do? Step forward and deliver a blinding flurry of high-speed punches. Blocking an enemy attack with the step forward increases the potency of the fall. Oh! Now that one could be quite fun. That could be rather fun indeed. I think that we've mastered these, apparently. Even though I have no memory of them. Apparently we've done that. Create a ball of lightning that, upon being struck, chains lightning... No. Drive both hands into the ground, causing the land to surge upward, sending nearby smaller enemies flying. Why don't we have this, and why have we literally never used it? Oh my gosh, yeah, we're going to go ahead and equip that. Okay, we'll swap that out for... You know what? Gouge is something that's been with us for a while, and we don't really use it all that much, and I don't think it's all that useful, and Upheaval sounds like it'll be more fun anyway, so that'll be a great time. So we can just go ahead and swap over to that if we can remember to. I did not mean to use a potion just then. I am a fool. I did not mean to use a strength tonic just then. I am a fool. I kept hitting the wrong button to change between these. Okay, everyone hold still. We're going to Upheaval you. Interesting. Maybe they all need to be around me when I do it. That's probably the mistake we just made. Well, I feel like a fool now. Such is life, I guess. It's gonna take a while to charge back up. We'll give it another go. We do still have Wind Up as a good one, though, too. We keep mixing up where different abilities go. There's no real rhyme or reason or logic to any of it. They're all jumbled up together, and, you know, that's okay. There's no rules about how, you know, you have to set up your character.
I can smell the sea.
Can you?
It's not far now.
What does that smell like to you? Like dead fish? That's what I associate the smell of the sea with. It's just dead fish. And one time a dead dolphin. When my friend got married. There's just a dead dolphin on the beach where the wedding was to take place.
How will we reach the surge?
We'll follow the coastline north. There's a bridge that'll take us across to the Cape.
This is just so strange. I had no idea that was just water frozen in time. From a distance, it just looks like ice. Sorry, what are you? You're a giant turtle? That's fun. Alright, no, we can do this. Hold on. How do you feel? You know what I just realized is he is a bigger creature, so he might not be bothered by that all that much. No, in fact, it doesn't really look like he's at all pressed or perturbed. I tried to do Cold Snap, but we didn't have it set up and ready to go. Come here, big guy. Hit me.
Might I inquire about...
There we go.
It's what prevents the surge from being reclaimed by the sea. And Dwalius by his people.
They're having like a weird bit of dialogue in the middle of intense combat with a giant turtle, and I just don't think that now is the best time to be having any kind of like conversation that's important to the plot, because I'm not going to be paying attention to it. I'm in the middle of trying to fight a giant lesser Archelon. Sorry, it's just a lesser. It is giant, but does that mean that there's a bigger one? Is there a greater Archelon? And if so, where is it and how do we avoid it? Get out of the way. That's such a lame move there. Why are you trying to spit your magic at me? Come back here. Are you done? Are you leaving? What's happening? Are you kidding me? Did we wander too far from its spawn location and it just stopped? So we don't even get to defeat the darn thing. We invest all that time and it's just gonna wander off. You know what? I'm not fighting any more of them. I can do that too. I can just wander off from an encounter. I'm under absolutely no obligation to fight anything here. And I don't wanna. I don't wanna fight any more deer. I don't wanna fight any more insects. It's gonna take so long to level up anyway. Why even bother? I'm not gonna fight the northern wolves. Pretty sure that's what that is over there. I don't know what these bugs are. We've probably fought some before. We could probably defeat them they're Widowmakers. No, we're not gonna fight the Widowmaker. We're not even married. Doesn't even make sense. Although, yeah, I mean, Jill seems like, you know, the right one if it was ever going to happen. And it seems like now would be the time for it to happen, considering we know how the game ends. Time is running short. If we want to leave behind a lineage, we gotta hop on that, because who knows what happens at Origin. The end is kind of ambiguous.
But you've yet to tell us how we're meant to reach him. I trust we won't have to hold our breath.
No. The surge wraps around the cape without engulfing it. If we continue to its tip, there is a path down to the seabed. And the wave's origin.
All right. It won't be the first dominant we've met at the bottom of the ocean.
That's true. I mean, it's only that happened one other time before, but it's strange that there's going to be 2 instances of it now. It's a very specific thing to have happen. Okay, so this is it. We're just heading into the dungeon. I was a little bit curious about this region right over here, because I never noticed that it is not blighted, and I'm wondering, like, I don't know how expansive this is. Clearly, there's more to it than whatever we're going to do when we arrive here at the Surge, because there's so many areas we've not gone to yet on the map that have been blocked off. So those are going to be opened up to us, possibly when we're done with whatever happens at the Surge. I don't know if there's more story after that, or if maybe we just finish up the story and the rest of the time in the DLC is spent doing sort of side stuff. But I'm just wondering if we're going to go over here at any point for any reason. I don't believe we did it at any point before. I might be misremembering my lore from playing through the main plot, but I think there was something about, and I could be wrong, so don't quote me on it, but I think the idea was that Jill's family was from up north, and Jill was taken in, as you do back in the day. That's the other tower from the other DLC. As you do back in the day, you know, you take a child to foster from your enemy, basically, as like a, hey, don't do that again or we'll slit their throat, you know, and also we're raising them to be one of us, so keep that in mind. Or also you would do it with allies, you know, like I'll give you my child and you give me yours and we'll foster each other's kids and it's a sign of respect. But then also, you know, there's a threat involved there. All right, well, let's not waste any more time, I guess. Let's head directly to the Surge. I see no reason to poke around Haven any longer, considering all of the alternative paths are presently blocked off to us anyway. So is the concern that... because if this has been frozen like this in time for, you know, time out of mind, why is there suddenly a worry about the child? Give me answers. I need information. Feed me the plot with a spoon.
It's not much further now.
The path seems well kept. Do you and the villagers often come this way?
Only me. Once every new moon without fail. It is my duty both as village elder and Walyus's descendant.
But surely no one blames you for what happened. Why should you bear the responsibility alone?
You misunderstand. I do it because I want to. To show him that he isn't alone, and that there are still some of us who would see an end to his suffering. Suffering you will soon witness with your own eyes.
I feel like the mouth sinking is a little bit rough. It came out that...
the forest grows quickly here. Left unattended, the path would be reclaimed in a matter of moons.
For Rebirth, Square was using AI to match up like lip movements with the voice actors, which is fantastic because that is a tedious job. Like, that's one of those really good uses for AI.
Does the light point the way to the child?
It does indeed.
I think there's a lot of concern over AI being like basically stealing art or stealing literature to create these models, and I think that's perfectly fair.
Suspended in midair.
Where they have remained untouched by time for 80 summers.
I keep trying to talk, but they keep interrupting me.
It's not right.
No. It's not.
But a job like that, where all you're doing is like syncing up very subtle mouth movements to dialogue, that's not something that anyone wants to do. Someone has that job, but they don't enjoy it. And when you're making a video game and games are only getting more and more expensive, something like that, where you can take like a really talented animator or modeler or whoever does that, and have them do something more productive while a computer matches voices to lips, that is the perfect use for AI. That's the sort of thing I want AI being to be used for in the future. I think also like transcription, if you're doing things like Google has had a automatic what is it called? Closed captioning function for a long time. It's not ever been particularly good. It's gotten better over the years, but that's like a perfect thing for AI. Because there's services out there that, yeah, you can pay someone to watch the video and do it, but again, like that's like the perfect use case for AI where a computer can kind of think like a person and understand what you're saying, and frees up people to do other things, maybe like just proofread it, you know, instead of having to sit there and tirelessly transcribe it. So there's good uses for AI. I think it's going to cause some sort of like robotic uprising. There's potential, but I do think there are some good uses for it. And matching your lip syncs, because this
in the center.
This is a little rough. They might have used AI here too as well, just not as effectively. Because 7 Rebirths was really good. Normally what you do when you have multiple different audio tracks, you either you just do the Japanese and the English one looks wonky, or you tirelessly do it for every language or a couple of languages. This is sad. This is tragic.